Anin, Jumaganish Indigenous Cause, and welcome to Niiji Sobriety Chat. So, this last weekend, I was out at the MASH Sobriety Powwow, and when we were doing the sobriety countdown, I guess, I would have to say how much more impressed I am with somebody that only has a few hours or days or weeks of sobriety, because that takes a lot of strength and courage. I remember way back when I started my sobriety journey, and man, there was days I didn't think I could do it. I didn't think I could do it when I started. And to me, I equated it kind of like to walking on like a plate of thin glass or ice, or I felt at some point it was just going to break and I was going to fall through into oblivion. And in the very beginning, I said, I'm only going to try this once. I'm going to give it one honest shot. And yeah, so here I am, 11 years and 4 months later. Yeah, because it was something that I didn't. Yeah, well, yeah, because kind of weird to say I didn't want to struggle with it, but it is a struggle. So um, I kind of made some notes today about some points I wanted to cover, but yeah, if you're just starting out, man, that's tough. That's real tough to start out like that. Um, I know that I put my tobacco down every day in the beginning. I didn't I didn't even let anybody know that I was getting sober or in recovery until I was about 3 months along. And then the first person I told was my boss. You know what she said to me? I smelled booze on your breath the other day. And I was like, the fuck you did. I don't know if she was just so used to smelling it that she just associated that, or she was having some weird olfactory hallucination. Or, way to be supportive there. Um, but anyhow, I didn't let that get me down, because I wasn't doing this for her. So, recovery is really an opportunity for self improvement. Um, Getting sober and staying sober is no easy task. Um, One of the big things I'm going to say is you need to take care of your mental health needs, because I'm not an expert, I'm not educated in this field. I just know what I know from experience, and that is, from what I've seen, um, most substance use disorder, at least 99% of it, is rooted in some kind of trauma, whether that be childhood trauma, trauma in adulthood, and whether it be loss or abuse, or if you're in the military, or something like that. But that is something that definitely needs to be addressed, and that's like the base for some serious success. Uh, it's also an opportunity to work on your relationships, because I'm sure in your addiction that you damage some relationships with your family, your spouse, your kids, your parents. And it might take some time for them to trust you, but just stay that road. You need to earn that back, what you had destroyed with them. Um, Focus on healthier relationships. I know when I was in active addiction that any relationship I had, whether it be romantic or friendship, somehow revolved around drugs and alcohol. So, you need to break free from that. Something I learned that helped me was to find fun things to do alone. Whether if I just set out to be a tourist for a day, drawing, hobbies, it doesn't matter. Yeah, another big thing is, find your spirituality. Go to ceremonies, talk to an elder, give an elder some tobacco to help you out. Put your tobacco down every day. Um, know what to do when triggers appear, because triggers are going to be out there all the time. Because that addiction spirit's a dark spirit, and it doesn't like when you break free, and it wants to claim you back whenever it can, and it'll just like nibble at the edges to try to get at you. So, if you're having a craving, know how long a craving lasts. Cravings last about 12 minutes. Figure out something to do. Play a game on your phone. It's one of the simplest, easiest things you can do. Let's see what else I have here. So here's some other things. You need to believe in yourself. Because, I thought that I would never be able to do this. And I'll tell anybody else, if I can do it, you can do it, because I am the weakest person that I know. So if I can pull this off, you can pull it off too. Like I said, make some positive lifestyle changes. Do what you gotta do. Get right with the Creator. If you gotta do that Christian God thing, at least you're gonna be sober and alive. Establish, realistic goals with a solid plan. Don't, you know, um, realistic goals are, I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna earn honest money. Things like that. Um, not that you're going to have it all in the first day, because it is a slow road. So these are realistic goals. Job, own place to live, getting a vehicle. They're not going to all happen at once, and it takes hard work. Have a strong support system. Eventually you're going to meet other sober people, people who are in recovery, not just sober people. But, people who are in recovery get it, and they will get you, and they will get the struggles that you're going through, and they'll be able to support you in those struggles because they've been through it themselves. And even if you relapse, just, dust yourself off. It's not the end of the world. Some of us won't relapse, some of you will. And like I'm going to say, it is no big deal if you relapse. You just, pick up where you left off. And, I guess I might revisit this again next week. We'll see. Also, if you want, this is my Facebook page that I have. It's my sober support page. I try to post some, just enlightening things on there every day. Other people, do the same thing. Feel free to check it out. It's on Facebook. Actually, I'm close to 2,000 members now. I had to reverse the image on this so you could read it, but check it out. So until next time, man, good luck. I'm pulling for you. I'm praying for you, and we'll see you next week. Giga Walkman.